Now, a few minutes ago, ladies and gents, we just got to see the interest rate decision coming from the SA Reserve Bank, and you will know that this interest rate decision is usually based on the current inflation of the country, which we know from last week that it came at 5.6%. It came out worse than what was expected, and therefore, so many people going into today's interest rate decision, they were a bit worried, scared that maybe the SA Reserve Bank could come and increase interest rate. I mean, so many people are expecting the SA Reserve Bank to start cutting interest rates because, ladies and gents, these hurt us as consumers. This is something that we must know. All of us that have loans with the bank, when interest rate is this high, we forever continue pay. Of course, lots of repayments based on these high interest rates that we are currently in, or that's this high interest rate environment that we are currently in. So the more interest rates go higher, is the more we tend to pay on our debts. And of course, this is to those that mostly do, of course, flexible, of course, interest rates, or when they take their loans on and not take a fixed, of course, interest rate. So yeah, today, ladies and gents, we got to see that decision, or Mr. Khanyago came and announced that decision, and it appears that interest rates will remain unchanged at 8.25%. Now, this is good, I must say, because, ladies and gents, like I said, there were those people that were thinking that because of the fact that inflation or the cost of living in South Africa, it came out worse than what analysts expected last week. Therefore, it might mean that interest rates might be hiked going into this week, of which to know or to see it coming at the same place, ladies and gents, though it's still painful, it is better than getting an increase. So as long as, ladies and gents, inflation continues rising, I think we are going to continue seeing probably inflation staying flat where it is, or increasing, I don't know. But of course, we don't want it to increase, because, ladies and gents, that will hurt us as consumers. That will also hurt the companies that we invest in the stock market, because, ladies and gents, you will know that the companies that we are investing in the stock market, they go and borrow money from the financial institutions. They try to grow their business, which, of course, if the interest rates are high, it means that they usually don't get good deals that will make their business grow. And some business, they turn out not to go to, of course, borrow money and wait for interest rates to come at a reasonable, of course, rate, which therefore means that it ends up prolonging the growth of the companies that we invest in. Same goes to the existing debts that these companies have. When interest rates are this high, these companies are forced to pay a lot of money into their debts, or they found themselves in a situation where their repayments becomes more, because interest rates is so high at the moment. So yeah, it is remaining at 8.5%, and this is because inflation, ladies and gents, it's on a rise. It's on the rise. I mean, you will know that inflation in the past 3 months, it has been on the rise, which is something that is not good at all. I mean, I remember inflation sometime back in 2023. August and September. August inflation came at 4.7%, and of course September it came at 4.8%. And many of you will know that, of course, the SA Reserve Bank's target on inflation is somewhere between 3 and 6%, and 4.8%, it's still higher than the average of what we will assume that the SA Reserve Bank is targeting, and therefore it is still high. So you can now imagine this 5.6, how close it is from the upper side of the SA Reserve Bank's target of 6%, which therefore it means that they need to either stay here for some time, or stay on this 8.25 for some time, or raise one more time before at least they start, of course, reducing interest rates, which I think the best one would be probably to stay just here for some time until, of course, inflation stabilizes, as that's the only way that they will get, of course, the inflation to become stable. So yes, man, 8.25%, it's the decision that the SA Reserve Bank has taken, which I think so many of the people will accept this, looking at, of course, the cost of living figures that came out last week. And stock market wise, it looks like the top 40, it's liking these results because it's up or over 0.6%, which is something that I suppose they are liking the interest rate decision made by the SA Reserve Bank. So we'll remain closely monitoring this. It's very important, not only for consumers but also for investors, because, ladies and gents, this environment where interest rates are so high, it is quite difficult for companies to maneuver and go for new business ventures to grow their business, which makes it a bit of course tough for also the companies that we invest in. So yeah, of course we want inflation to come down so that at least the interest rates can come down a bit, so that of course everyone is happy, consumers are happy, and of course companies can grow. But also inflation is a problem. We need to make sure that, or the SA Reserve Bank needs to make sure that that is stable before they can decrease interest rates. So time being, it appears that we'll still continue suffering pain, of course, high interest in our existing loans, high interest in our, whether be it our credit cards, our vehicle finance, our bonds. We are going to continue paying or feeling the pinch or the pain of paying more on these debts that we currently have. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, comment and subscribe, and once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, you will know that, as I've said yesterday, this channel will be mainly focusing on local companies or local stocks, together with the news that have that impact the companies that we invest in, like this interest rate decision news. So I would really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button, comment and subscribe, and once subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.